Trump is expected to use new status as a president-elect to delay hush money sentencing, so he will try to use his new status as president-elect to his advantage in New York. Now, Trump is also expected to ask immediately to adjourn his hush money sentencing, so he may also use his new status to ratchet up his ongoing state and federal sentencing delay efforts. Donald Trump will use his new status as president-elect in a renewed effort to challenge his upcoming sentencing on his Manhattan hush money conviction. And Trump, the only U.S. president to be convicted of felony, is scheduled to be sentenced on November 26. He faces little as no jail time, as much as 4 years prison for falsifying business records and retroactively hide $130,000 hush money payment to porn actress Stormy Daniels, who made 2 weeks before in 2016, just right before the election. Now, as a candidate, Donald Trump, he fought to delay his sentencing, repeatedly arguing that he was too busy and that his responsibilities as the GOP standard bearer were too important for the case to interrupt. He'll also push that argument even harder as a president-elect as his lawyers continue to pursue time-consuming legal challenges through the state and federal appellate courts and potentially to the U.S. Supreme Court. Manhattan prosecutors should expect Donald Trump to file a request in the next few days asking the trial judge to adjourn the November 26th sentencing because he is too busy ahead of assuming office. New York Supreme Court Justice Judge Juan Merchan is meanwhile weighing up previous defense requests to toss the entire indictment or at least the conviction. Also, Trump's defense team has argued prosecutors expose grand juror and trial jury to evidence that would be considered official act evidence, meaning evidence involving action Donald Trump took in his official capacity as a president, now barred under SCOTUS, means Supreme Court of the United States Presidential Immunity Opinion. Prosecutors with the Office of Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg have countered that any official act evidence used in their case amounts to harmless errors. Now, in a separate effort, Donald Trump is fighting to have the case moved to federal court in Manhattan, again on presidential immunity grounds, and a U.S. District Court just rejected that effort in September, and it remains under appeal by Second Circuit Court on Appeal. If judge wants to proceed with the sentencing, and he may view himself as a required to on speedy trial grounds, Donald Trump can seek a delay in the state and federal appellate court. So, judge addressed that the unique circumstances of trying to sentencing Donald Trump in September when he agreed to delay the sentencing for a second time. Actually, the original sentencing date was July 11th. However, on July 11, 2024, the Supreme Court of the United States rendered a historic and intervening decision in Donald Trump versus United States, a decision that defense needed time to respond to. This matter is one that stands alone in a unique place in nation's history. The judge added this, alluding to Donald Trump's presidential candidacy. Now, Trump's prosecution was already unprecedented. While when Trump was only a nominee and a former president when the case were really going. But now the case is different because he is president-elect. So Trump's election takes it to a whole other level. There's a no playbook for any of this. And a state judge is now potentially setting himself up to sentence the most powerful federal officer in the world. So let's say, even if the sentencing happening before Inauguration Day in January, it's highly unlikely that as a 78 years old, first-time nonviolent offender, Donald Trump will get a jail sentence. And what is judge going to do with this? Of course, he is not going to argue that the next president should go on a state prison, and he is not going to have him do community service on weekends and pick up some trash in the Central Park in New York? Of course, that's not going to happen. So it's more likely that Donald Trump is fined and sentenced to no time and he has no appeal and conviction, which is all unprecedented. So this is the first time happening in the history of the United States that a president-elect is convicted and has felony charges, 34 felony charges. So now the case is absolutely different and is going on a very different direction. He has absolutely a shield that is called the President of United States. So of course the case will be very different. Let me know in the comment below, what do you think where this case is heading and what has to be done with your opinion. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more and more news. We have no BS on this channel. Let's hit that 1,000 subscribers and help me to get there. Thank you. See you in the next video.